The 8th edition of a naval exercise, which includes vessels from India, Brazil, and here in South Africa, continues today. The drills will entail maneuvers at close proximity and boarding operations. Watching developments for us is Vanessa Poonah, who joins us now live. And Vanessa, perhaps you can help us locate where you are as we take in some of these maneuvers as it's been described. Why is this important?
Ayanda, yes, good morning to you. Our location at the moment is Simon's Bay, in the False Bay area of Cape Town. And of course, we are at sea for the continuation of 6 days of naval exercises between the navies of South Africa, Brazil, and India. A short while ago, we spoke to the officer commanding of the SAS Amatola. That's, of course, the vessel that we're on at the moment, a South African frigate, about the importance, and he was talking to the kinds of exercises, for example, simulations around war situations, simulations around piracy, and this helps and assists the various naval officers and teams to prepare for events similar to these real-life events of that nature. And of course, it also builds trust and communication, as well as sharing of information among those participating countries. In a short while, we'll see demonstrations, including helicopters. Earlier this morning, up until now, we've also had some sort of close, Captain, do we call it close maneuvers of the three vessels? And of course, I'm joined now by Captain Dieter Jones, of course, officer commanding of the SAS Amatola, in terms of training. So Captain, you were speaking to me earlier on about the importance of these kind of naval exercises for sustainability of the Navy itself, but also for training of young seafarers. Explain to us what kind of training, the various disciplines would find in a naval exercise like this.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's exactly that. The whole nature of an exercise like this is based on developing skills. And I think one of the most rewarding things for me as officer commanding of the ship during this exercise was to see how the young officers and members on board have developed in their competence, their skills, their knowledge base, and also their confidence levels. So that is an experience that nobody can take away from them. I'm sure it's similar to the experiences that the Indian ship and the Brazilian ship has experienced during these days at sea. And these experiences will stand the leadership or the future leadership of the organization in good stead. No one will be able to take it away. So the experiences gained is not only the various exercises that we've done, but also composing yourself in an environment which is stressful, the conditions of the sea, managing that, and then executing the job that you've been trained for. So a very valuable exercise up to this point.
Let me just recap. I mean, we're just outside the bridge over here, and I also see quite a number of young people. Let's talk about, career opportunities within the Navy, and I think we speak about this quite often. In terms of what we've seen the various role players involved with here this morning, just a short while ago with anchoring.
Yeah, the composition of this crew on Amatola, currently we're about 155 people on board. And it's a large number because it requires various skills. It's a complex machine, and we have men and women on board, various ages, various skill levels, and obviously specific training and qualifications. It goes all the way from basic navigation from the bridge side all the way to the engineering side. We're also an independent ship, so that means we have a logistic team with their officer with their teams on board, does all the logistic requirements, fuel and food, and they do the flying, which you're going to observe just now. We've got personnel, which does the HR part for the organization, and then we've got skilled members, which will include engineering, weapons engineering, and then operators. So there's a vast array of skills that is required to operate the ship. The men and women, as you've pointed out, are young, and that's a good thing because we want the organization to be rejuvenated, and we require the young people to hone their skills, and this is exactly what we're busy with.
6 days at sea already as part of this IPSAMAR exercise. When does it culminate? And of course, what does this mean once it's completed? Where to from here for the various navies involved in this naval exercise?
Yeah, so it's sad that we are finishing the exercise today because we're just starting to get into the swing of things. But the exercise culminates this afternoon. The ships will proceed back alongside, and the friendships that we've built, we will continue with for today and tomorrow. And then tomorrow it will be a sad farewell because a lot of the young people on board has really enjoyed the engagement with the foreign navies. It will, before many of them, would have been the first, and it was wonderful to see how they interacted between the various cultures. We share a common culture, which is a naval culture, naval traditions, and we do things similarly. But it was wonderful to have new friendships built, and it will be a sad farewell. The other vessels depart tomorrow, so their stay in Simonstown is cut short. But yeah, it was a great time together with them.
Captain, thank you so much for that update. For, of course, the officer commanding of the SAS Amatola, Captain Dieter Jones, just updating us there, Ayanda, on the culmination, or the end, if one can call it that, of this naval exercise. It's the 8th edition, and still some more simulations we're expecting to take place here in Simons Bay, in the False Bay coast in Cape Town.